one way out, would you wait for other people to leave, or would you be the first one out? Amen. We're lovers of ourselves, if you like it or not. Because I know if I was on that boat, I push and shove. I love you guys right now, but when it comes down to it, I'm gonna be the first one out. I'm not gonna be looking to the side saying, bye, get out. You guys go before me. I'm gonna be like, bye, you guys. I'll be the first one out because when it comes down to it, man, your mind, like when I'm taking this ADL club in school, and it's Anti-Defamation League, and we go around to classrooms, and we just like preach, well, not preach, but we like speak on like anti-bullying, about like kids saying bad things about each other. You know how the smarter kids and like the cooler kids make fun of the loser kids. Yeah, we go around to freshman classes, and we try to encourage them that if they have a problem, that they can come talk to ADL, or if But anyways, so we plan out time for every activity that we're gonna do. But when we get into the classroom, we do a whole different thing, because when it comes down to it, we our mind changes. Fear overwhelms us because we're standing in a group of like 36, 40 freshmen, and you get kind of sweaty hands because you don't know what to say. Just like selfishness, when it comes down to it, you may say that you love this person or another person, but you're gonna be the first one out. Amen. And I want to go on to verse, yes, still in verse 2, and it says, disobedient to their parents. Amen. This is a big struggle for our generation, because many kids, they think that they're better than their parents. They think that, I used to think I was better than my dad, because I remember one time my dad was buying a station wagon. You guys remember the station wagon, right? Yeah, my dad was buying it off our neighbor, and our neighbor came over with some papers to have my dad sign them. And when my dad was looking at the paper, I looked at my neighbor, and I was like, oh, he doesn't know how to read it. It's funny, but it's just so sad, because I just thought that I was so smart, and I was just like busted in there. And my dad just felt so sad. I could see it on his face that he was gonna beat me up, or he was just upset that I put him down like that. I was just like, oh, he doesn't know how to read it. And I just walked off, and I didn't even know. We're disobedient to our parents, but what I want to tell you the quote, and it says, "How can you light the fire without the match?" Amen. Because without the fire, with the fire you had nothing to light it with. Your parents are the matches. So how can you stand there and say that you know better than them, but yet they're the ones that made you? Amen. Can you get an amen?
Amen.
Disobedience is a big thing in this world, because I know that's one thing that our generation is tempted to do, is to disobey. Because if we were just told all the good things in life, I mean, all the bad things in life, we probably would just be doing, something like that. But yes, when we're told the good things to do, we do the bad things because the good things are good, and you're tempted to do the bad things in life, if that makes any sense. Amen. And if you go on, it says without love, unforgiving. Amen. That's a big struggle with me, because man, I say that I forgive you, but when you do something wrong to me, I always bring that moment back in my head. And that's not forgiving at all. That's bringing it back, because when somebody did me wrong, and you say, you know what, I forgive you in the name of the Lord. And then when it comes to another time when they do me wrong again, I bring back that situation, and I'm like, hey, but I already forgave them for that. You already forgave them for that. So you need to put that behind you. Amen. Now, the struggle. Our biggest struggle in life is fear. Because fear is what holds us back from doing things that we've never done before. Fear is what holds us back from going the extra mile. Amen. Because when you get scared, things stop. Am I right? When you get scared, things stop. when you go to school and you try to preach to these other kids, what wells up in your stomach? Fear, because you're scared of what they might think of you. You know, when I was little, I never had a bathing suit. I always had that shirt on, that shirt on and that shorts, because I used to live in Salt Lake, and we used to go swimming all the time in at like the indoor pools. Cause yeah, we used to go there like all the time, and my auntie had bought me a bathing suit, but the fear of going out there and showing everybody all this fatness everywhere. But this is when I was little. I wasn't that fat when I was little. It just came when I got bigger. I mean, when I got older.
Amen.
But yeah, fear wells up in your heart when you do things, because see, when the Philistines went to fight Goliath, fear welled up in their hearts. That's why God had to call David to come and do it. And when Peter said that he was going to follow Jesus until the end, fear welled up in his heart and he denied him 3 times. Amen. That's our biggest struggle is fear. And um, another big fear for us is that we keep on sinning and we feel like God is never going to forgive us. Amen. How many of you guys have had that fear that God isn't going to forgive you? I know I've had it like over and over because I sin so many times. I'm a man, even though that's not supposed to be an excuse. I'm just a man in this dirty world. In my mentality, I came from sin. I was made of sin. I came out into a world of sin. So therefore, I'm bound to sin. But yet, God said you can fight the odds. Amen. And when I sin, I feel like, man, God isn't going to forgive me this time because I did this last time. And the last time I did it, I said, God, I'm not going to do it. But yet I did it again. Just like when you're with your parents and they tell you to, stop eating, but you keep on eating. Amen. Or maybe that's just in my house. But, you have that reprobated mind, but when you have that reprobated mind and you think that God isn't going to forgive you, He is, because He said that He'll never leave you nor forsake you. If you guys turn your Bibles to Luke chapter 7,